What's up and welcome to Delightful D News and Views. I'm your host, DJ. Christian Toby Obumseli was a Nigerian man living in Miami, Florida, who loved white women and hated Black Americans, whom he referred to as ghetto and Akata. But on April 3rd, he was stabbed in the shoulder by his white girlfriend and later died due to his injuries. Watch until the end because I'm going to explain how, like many Nigerians in America, Toby mistakenly thought it was safer to stay away from Black Americans, and it cost him his life. First, let's get into the facts. I'm reading the report from the U.S. Sun, and it says, police responded to a 911 call from Courtney Tailor, 25, on April 3rd around 5 p.m. at a luxury apartment building. There, they found her boyfriend stabbed once in the shoulder. First responders transported Obumseli to a nearby hospital where he died from his injuries. Officers said that the violence was caused by a domestic dispute. We know that there was a physical altercation between them before he was stabbed, a Miami PD spokesperson said. Domestic violence was common in her and Obumseli's relationship, mutual friends of the couple said. We've seen her hit him. I've never seen him hit her. Following the stabbing, police say that she threatened to kill herself. Police said that the threat led to an evaluation causing her to be Baker Acted. Florida's Baker Act allows law enforcement as well as doctors, mental health professionals, and judges to commit a person to a mental health treatment center for up to 72 hours if certain violent or suicidal tendencies are displayed. Before his death, Toby was actually quite vocal on social media sites like Twitter about his disdain and his dislike of Black Americans. Let's read some of his tweets. Full of ignorant Black women. And then he adds someone, calling this person an Akata, which we know is a derogatory racial slur directed towards Black Americans. In another tweet, he says, the way Black girls disgrace themselves on TV. Then he says, once again, I'm tired of Black girls in my government class. Why is there always that one ghetto Black boy in the back talking throughout class? Get out. You can further see his mentality with these tweets. Want a white girl? Help. When the beautiful white girls at Plano East wear yoga/tights. White girls wearing white booty shorts everywhere. Now that's what I like. LOL, I love white people. Me too, girl. There are several tweets floating around the internet where he's discussing his absolute hatred and disgust of Black people, especially Black women, with his friends. He's comparing their body parts to white women in a very derogatory way. And this is proof that he had a mentality that he was safer among white people than he was with Black Americans. And this was the fatal mistake that cost Toby Obumseli his life. Let's talk about the Nigerian mentality that Toby embodied. You see, Toby was not an anomaly in the Nigerian community. Toby was a normal Nigerian guy who had been fed a steady diet of hatred of Black Americans and believing in his mind, since he was likely a child, that he was somehow better other than those who have shed their blood, their sweat, and their tears to build this country and allow his people to come here and make a living. You see, Toby bought into the false mentality that somehow if he showed how much he disliked other Black people, if he talked down on Black Lives Matter, if he rejected everything about Blackness, that this would make him more acceptable to his white OnlyFans girlfriend and her circle. And let's get into that. Now, we always hear from the Nigerians about how they have all these rigorous dating standards when it comes to other Black folks, right? Even other Africans. You have to have gone to school and got a PhD. You have to be a virgin. You have to come from such and such lineage. You have to get medically tested. We have to make sure there's no illnesses. All of these tests. But this Toby was with an OnlyFans model who has pictures all over the internet showing her body parts. So tell me, Nigerians, where were the rigorous dating and marriage standards that you asked from other Black people? Where were they when Toby was getting with an OnlyFans model that was busting it down all over the internet? Where were they when he was getting with a woman who shows her body on websites for money? And don't get it twisted. I am not saying that there is anything wrong with being a sex worker. What I'm saying is that it is absolute hypocrisy that Nigerians have all these high standards for other Black folks, including their own, but all a white person has to do is be white and you're accepted. Could he have ever met and settled down with a Black woman that was doing OnlyFans? No, his family would have rejected her, but they did not reject the white woman. Toby did not reject a white woman. He accepted this woman and placed her on a pedestal, and now he is no longer here to tell the story. His family has started a GoFundMe, and they are asking the Black community to stand with them in solidarity to raise concern about how his death was handled. And if you want me to do a video about that, let me know in the comments if you would like a part 2 about what's going on with the GoFundMe. But in the meantime, I will just say this. Toby learned the hard way that he was in fact not safer around white people, and that if he had been around those whom he falsely called Akatas, he might still be alive today. This is Delightful D News and Views. Thank you for watching.